Sorry guys, had a bit of a power issue. Um, I've probably effectively killed the whole thing. And now nobody's here, so that's fine. Um, you think we'll see the Galaxy class actually in flight or just the hologram? Just the hologram. I call that right now. This probably started a whole new stream, didn't it? Yeah, it wasn't just my house. So something happened. My apologies. Mecha Random is live. Probably took you out. She wishes. Hey, I am back, Jeff. That was really disappointing. Had some good views, good numbers there. It was a great stream. I don't know if people are going to come back. But anyway, so to you guys that are here, thank you very much for rejoining the stream, and hopefully that does not happen again. Um, I don't know what it was. Is it unrealistic for those ships to still be in? It's not unrealistic for this. No, absolutely not. 30-minute and empty. A 30-minute and empty and an active stream. Well, there you go. Not my fault. um, but yeah, so disappointed to say the least. I know a lot of people disagree with me, and I don't really give a shit. I just call it like I see it. Um, it'll be interesting to see how, after watching it a few more times, things might change between now and tomorrow night. I don't think my opinion's really going to change much. I'm interested to see what Samuel thinks. Um, but be sure to join us tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time so we can both talk about it and kind of break it down scene by scene. I guess I won't hear your response to my comment. I don't know what your comment was. Just retype it. Sorry I'm late. I missed the last stream, but I'm so confused. I thought we determined those attacking ships had Starfleet logos on them. Is that no longer the case? I don't know if they were added for the trailer to be deceptive, or if they were take. People are saying this is earlier footage, which I don't buy. Um, they manipulate trailers deliberately these days, even for movies. They take characters out, they replace characters. Rogue One is a perfect example. So was Solo. So I don't know if I buy that. You know, uh, I think they're probably added to be misleading for people, channels like us that talk about it. Would be my guess, maybe. Um, what was your take on the end of the short? What was the end of the short? What, where they hold hands? Rogue usually means internal. Well, it might be because they talk about the synths, and we saw in the other trailer we saw a bunch of artificial life forms like Data androids that had numbers on their heads. I think it ties in with that, so it could be internal. Um, you should go and read the Patrick Stewart interview where he talks about the direction for the new show. This short is what we are getting with it, a complete departure from TNG. Yeah, I get the complete departure from TNG as far as overall vibe goes and mood, I guess. But yeah, this is an indication of what Picard will be like. I feel as though those of us that have continued to anticipate New Trek in good faith have been hung in there. And if hung in there, we'll finally give up on New Trek. I mean, I'll never give up on it. I'll still watch it all because it's part of our duty to you, I think, to analyze it all and look at the good and the bad. But I'll never give up on Trek, personally. Everything hits its rough patch and then it gets better. So there's that. Thank you for addressing my comment, Cap. That is solely that they would mess with us. The viewers like that ruin the whole short for me on top of everything else. Yep. Patrick Stewart wanted this departure. That's disappointing. We've been doing our rewatch of TNG and our reviews on Trekyards, and I've really loved Picard's character. I think a lot of people do. That's kind of disappointing to me in a way. They sure picked a pretty big day to attack. I don't get it. My sister just texted me wanting to know why Picard was on in the Discovery era. See, that speaks volumes right there. Don't you think that this short Trek Disco VFX producers are using existing models that is such a, and as such will defer to what we see in Picard? I mean, yes, they're using existing models, but why? Probably could be they don't have licensing rights. That's been thrown around. I don't know. It's just the new Trek. They want to piss all over it and say this is what we made. We created this. We're going to piss all over it. We're going to show our what we created. It's just such a shame. A departure from the field of TNG is one thing. Disregard for what has come before is another. Yeah, perfect summation. Canadian starships. I totally agree. My good friend's awful girlfriend who hates Star Trek even acknowledges that this is wrong. Mothball Museum Fleet could be. I'd be down with that, but they didn't make that clear. I mean, they could still in the flashbacks or in the actual show, but April 5th, I think. Only casuals don't care. Magee, it's Magee. I've got the Eagle Moss version of it. It's the ugliest ship in the Discovery Fleet, in my opinion. How do you do, Captain? I'll have to put the short up on another screen. I am fine, Matt. Nice to see you. Haven't really seen you in a while as far as the chats go, but nice to see you, sir. Welcome. You missed a good first half before the power went out and cut it off. You should probably go back and watch that because I got a lot of my thoughts out in that one. So check it out. Zeraxis puts in $5. Style typically can't be copyrighted, to my knowledge. So even if they can't license the existing starships, there's no reason not to use new ones. Yeah. Kind of run out of steam. I was on a roll there, and then the power went out. And I apologize for that, guys. The girls, did they know each other? Why did they hold hands at the end? I thought they were fighting. If they knew each other, cool, but we never knew that. Well, they went to the same school, and their parents both worked at the Utopia Planitia Yards, or at least at Mars. One worked at the Utopia Planitia Yards, the other one worked at something, orbital dry dock facility or something. Yeah, the power went out like total dark, like the whole block for a good minute, and now it's back. So, yeah. Don't plan on live streaming Saturday, Sunday. Freezing rain coming in. Power outages are expected. Yes, we're supposed to get a storm here, so we'll see. They look like warp tugs. They do. Held hands, finding that they might be last Martians left in that school. Well, they're holding hands because both their parents died supposedly during this attack. Because 3,000 were suspected to be dead. I don't think even that would make me want to hold the hand of a bully that was picking on me. I tend to hold grudges. Um, and there's still bullies from high school that if I saw them today, I would not forgive them. I don't care what they said, what they did. Um, but that's just me. I mean, it was touching, sure, but the parents worked on Mars. The girls disliked each other but came together because of the attack. That sums what happened. Pretty much, yep. She is not a bully. Who's not a bully? Just because they're mad that their parents can't come back. I can't make it back this year, honey. Oh, well, I'm going to get mad and throw something against the wall and pick on another kid. The bully mentality boggles my mind. Because you're having issues at home, you have to take it on other people. It just... What? But that's okay. Siraxis puts in $5. Story would have been better if they were both being bullied by some other group and bonded because of it, in my opinion. Absolutely, 100% agree with you, Siraxis. That is very much true. Millions died during the Dominion War. Yes, they did. It was so generic feeling. Yeah. Prime 1351 puts in 499. Not sure I'm a fan of the new threat either. Seems like the disco team are kind of technophobes. Yeah, well, we speculated early on that it might be Romulans attacking or some kind of threat like that because we got the Romulans on the Borg cube. But the synths, that makes it interesting because it gives credence and kind of some kind of sense to Picard having visions of Data. I assume they're visions of Data, visions, dreams, whatever, of Data in those flash or in those things we saw in the trailer. So I don't know. It's hard to talk on when you don't know what's happening yet. So I got to watch it to see for sure, but it'll be interesting to see exactly how this plays out. Synth equals control. No, 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 don't, no. See, if you pull control into it, then I'm done. Then I'm done because then it's just a blatant. Look at us. We know Discovery. Stop it, please. Jill 47 put the $2. Geordi commanded the shipyard in 2385. Did he die? Probably, maybe. I don't know. He was in the comic. He was in the first comic. Absolutely. With an Odyssey, there was an Odyssey class ship in that comic. But what did we get in the trailer? We got television assets because comics aren't canon. And Jill, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're not upset with me. It was a great piece of short television. It was well filmed. It was fantastic. It just wasn't what I expected, and I'm glad I've calmed down because I was quite ragey. But yeah. The anonymous user who was unsubscribing is still here, but what we saw in the short was not bullying. Bullying is repeated harassment by one individual to another over a period of time. What we saw were two angry children having a shit day. Well, I didn't get the feeling it was all happening in one day. That definitely felt like drawn out to me. That's another thing. If it was one day, sure, whatever. But the fact it felt very much, and I want your guys' thoughts on this. It felt very much like it was over the course of a couple weeks or maybe even months, because it seemed like each scene was a different day. I would be just as upset if it was Control, but at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what we get from them. I know, please don't say that. It was a good idea, but not a good short. The ginger kid could have been picking on her for a while. It seemed like that. It definitely felt like that. They were pretty equal. They fought equally, which was the bully then. Well, they both were bullies, but I think the girl that knocked her down, the human girl, like if you want to call her that, the redhead, I guess. I think she was the bully because she was the, I don't know, whatever. Let's just get off the bully thing then, because it just makes me angry. Zeraxis puts in $5. If the comic isn't canon, then why make it? It's flat out designed to tell the prequel story to the series. Yeah, but so was Countdown for the 2009 film, where Data is captain of the Enterprise. And that's not canon anymore. But it was a great story, and it did work perfectly as a setup to the movie. So that's why. Money. They can sell the comics and make money, and then later, when it's convenient for them, say, oh, well, yeah, well, those comics, they're not canon. That's the sad thing, unfortunately. But that's how money works. Money makes the world go round, as you know. Only 14 more days till we get more clarity on everything, and we will either be relieved or enraged. I don't think we'll have that clarity in 14 days. We'll have one episode, which could all be pandering to fans. Who knows? And we'll be happy with it. And then the week later, we'll be happy with that too. And then the third week, we'll be like, what was that? There's still a lot of ups and downs to come, my friends. Joe 47, you have built so much goodwill with that Pulaski thing that I will take much more to get pissed at you. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that. Like I said, I'm willing to change my mind about a lot of things. And this might even be the same thing with this. Who knows? Like I said, I gotta watch the series, gotta watch the show. And like I said it all along, if the story is good, if the writing is good, and the characters remain true to who the characters should be, even under difficult circumstances, where it's not a utopian future, then I'll be like, okay, I can forgive. But I can't forget. Agreed. She also didn't mean to get the other girl in trouble with the drawing of the teacher. Was that her trying to make amends? Like, hey, look, I think our teacher's a bitch. Check that picture out. Oh shit, the teacher found it. Fuck you then. You deserve it. Maybe. Maybe. Hard to say. It didn't come across well. Let's put it that way. I don't always agree, Captain, but I respect the heck out of you. We Trek fans have to stick together. Well, thank you, Fractal. You don't have to agree with me at all, but I appreciate the sticking together part, because fans fans do need to stick together. I totally agree with you. Just had a fire truck drive by, so I don't know what's going on with that. Jeff says, I think that was meant as a peace offering. That back. What are we talking about? Clarify, Jeff. Clarify. Peace offering for what? What did I do wrong this time? I think I not get Blackheart. Thank you. You catch my typo. Pew. Okay. Not paying attention to what's going on. Sorry. My bad. My bad. As someone who has worked in education for almost 20 years, one thing that always been true and always will be true: kids do stupid shit. Oh, absolutely. I did stupid shit. I saw other kids do stupid shit. We've all been there. We've all seen it. So I buy that. All right, fine. It was the course of one day. They just had a shitty day, and it escalated, and they were angry, and fine. If that's the case, there's no bullying. Nah, it just felt very much like bullying. Like this was an ongoing thing. It felt spaced over the course of multiple days to me. Going back and rewatching it, I'll see what I think. I'll let you guys know tomorrow during my review, but that's what it felt like to me. Like you were that close to losing it. What are we talking? Are you talking to me? I did lose it for a while, but I'm glad I had time to chill before. Yeah. Wasn't Picard supposed to be a sequel? It looks like a prequel. It does. If Starfleet or the Federation became a reflection of our current crap, I'll be very disappointed. Well, that's the thing that they're saying that it is. So, kids do stupid stuff, but it's on the teachers to try to do conflict resolutions. Teacher felt like they were AFK teaching their class. I don't know what that means. Why is the prime timeline avoided so much? That's a very good question and one of my biggest complaints. Hi from Russia. Subscribed like plus bell. Well, hello to you in Russia. Thank you, guys. Thank you for subscribing. 112 of you here. Everybody hit like. I'm sorry the other stream crashed. Like I said, it was not my fault. There's a fire truck driving by now after the power went out, so I don't know what's going on. It actually looks like... No, that's another car, but there's a car parked over there. It looks like... Anyway, sorry. No, just bantering with Jeff. Oh, okay. Where's my pappies at? But yeah, so overall, not super impressed with it as a piece of Star Trek. That being said, if it was Discovery, it would have been like, that's a pretty good short. If it, because it's Picard, it's like, no, that failed, 100%, crash and burn. As a section of television, it's interesting. It's not that bad. It's well filmed. So television, good. Discovery would have been a good short. Picard failed miserably. That's kind of my... So there you go. You're starting to worry me, Cap, if it's going to be a reflection of what we got going on now. I'm sorry for worrying you. I thought you were in an enclosed room with no window. Well, you'd be wrong, because this is up in my ready room where I'm on the second floor, and I got a window out to the street. Downstairs, where I do my other filming with my regular background, that's in a closed area. So, you don't know me as well as you thought you did. How long was it? We had a ton of commercials in the middle and didn't get a sense of how long it was. Yeah, there was like 9 minutes of fucking commercials in Canada here on the CTV Sci-Fi. It was like the bullying part with the music, commercials, lots of commercials and promos for sci-fi, CTV Sci-Fi, and then started with the teacher, no music, and then it closed out. So yeah, they had to make it fit in like a 15-minute gap or something. So yeah, I don't know exactly how long it was either. Sam Ray puts in $2. Any news on how much was reshot after Kurtzman? No idea. No idea. It was only like 6.5 minutes. Yeah, I heard it was 7 minutes going into it, but it felt longer because of the commercials on, yeah, which is shitty. So I need to watch it without the commercials and see how it feels. It might feel different to me. So to everyone out there that hates me, I apologize. Jill, please don't think badly of me. I'm glad I had a chance to cool off though before I went live. Because if I went live right away, I would have gone ballistic, and it wouldn't have been good. Wow, so they crammed 8 minutes into a 20-minute block here in Canada. Pretty much, yep. And why, Canadian Starships, maybe you can answer this, why are they playing Bad Boys right after it? Bad Boys on Sci-Fi Channel. Bad Boys has nothing to do with sci-fi. Sylvie and I were trying to figure that out because that's what came on right afterwards. Commercials for 8 minutes short. No wonder you're mad. Yeah. Jill just didn't want to hear swearing. That's all. I've been very calm with the swearing. As I said, I was ranting to Sylvia downstairs before coming up here to do this, and she's like, "Can when you go live, can you just not swear as much? Because that'd be great. Because I understand how you're feeling. Just breathe." Both Sylvia and Jeff, the moderator here, he was talking to me on Messenger. I was sitting across from Sylvia. They were both telling me to breathe. They're sending me calming images. They're trying to relax me. So I appreciate that. Got to start watching Comet TV, Stuart. Sure. I think it's just a scheduling filler. I don't have any sci-fi to put in, so they shoved in an old movie. Yeah, but yeah. Well, when it was space, it was always something sci-fi related because that's what the channel is. But CTV has CTV Sci-Fi, CTV Drama, CTV blah blah blah, CTV whatever. There's different channels for that. So you go to Sci-Fi Channel for sci-fi. It's just it's a crazy thought. But maybe that's why it's called sci-fi. Yeah, he is a sci-fi movie star, but there's so many other sci-fi movies that he of his you could have put on. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, so regular TV, it was in a 30-minute time slot. No, it was more like 15 to 20-minute time slot. They really jiggered it in there. That's what they do with the shorts. So back to 120 watching now. Let's get those likes. Oh, we had 120 when it died. And again, guys, if you were here for the first part and it died, I apologize. Like I said, the power went out, but it seems to be rectified now. Everything looks good. The signal's great. So cold day here in Ontario, but it's been warmer. We have no snow. Yeah, we have no snow, but it was kind of frigid this morning. It warmed up in the afternoon, though. Why are we talking about that? And Canadian Starships, where exactly are you? I know Jarzia is in the Hamilton area, but let me know. I miss the programming Space used to have a while back. Yeah, Space was awesome. And then they had Inner Space every day, Inner Space, and I was on Inner Space twice, and they played repeats. So I saw my face on TV on the regular, which was great. Kingston. Oh, well, you're way the hell away from me. Good, you creeper. I'm just kidding. I miss the funny commercial Space used to have. Yes, like when Enterprise came on the air and they were like, there's a guy going door to door. Sign this petition to get less Star Trek on the Space Channel because it's all the other Star Treks all the time. There's other sci-fi shows. That's an old lady, and she's like, "Oh, I don't know. Let me get my son." And he, big Klingon that comes out and beats the crap out of the guy. It's pretty funny. You know your Trek. I know your Trek is bad when you talk about the weather. You know your Trek is bad. Well, these late night ones usually devolve into just talking to the chat and just kind of hanging out. But yeah, I think I've kind of gone over the short. It's fine. Jeff Jacobs puts in $2. Back to 50. Nice job. Hashtag calm cap like spike. Hashtag make Jeff pay. At Trekyards, find that YouTube and play it. What YouTube? Of us on Interspace? Me on Interspace? And the thing is, with Interspace, they never had anybody on twice. And we said after our first segment on Interspace, we're like, hey, we got Fleet Yards too. We could, when Samuel's visiting, we can come down to Toronto. You can go to the studios, interview us supposed about Fleet Yards. And the guy's like, nah. And then like a month after that, they called me up and said, you know what? How about you come on and talk about Discovery? We'll have you at the studio. So I was on twice, and that never happened, really. So, oh, the space commercial. Could I play it on here? Let's see. It got the jigger with OBS, unfortunately. If I was downstairs with my main PC with the two screens, it'd be a lot easier for me to do that. I'm not going to mess with the OBS right now up here on the laptop because it's just one screen. It's not a lot of real estate taken up, but no. I have a 5-hour longer drive to Wonderfest than you do, says Canadian Starships. I'm excited to be going for my first time, hoping to come back with some good Star Trek model kits. Well, you're going this year. That's great. We leave on the Thursday, which is May 28th, which is my birthday. So I'll look for say hi when you see me. But yeah, you'll definitely get good Star Trek model kits, and you'll be able to talk to a lot of cool modelers and see a lot of really cool stuff. You're going to love Wonderfest. There is not too much to talk other than beating a dead horse, a dead corpse. Everything has been talked. Horrible writing doesn't have nothing to do with TNG. It is just horrible. Okay. He and Sam both use it for doing Trekyard stuff. What do we use? It's a recording software. Yeah, OBS. It's Streamlabs OBS is what it's called. Hi, Captain. They need to put them shorts on Treks on Blu-ray. I think they're included. I thought they were included with the Blu-rays. Maybe not. I find it odd that Torontarians would like Discovery, considering you seem to have a liberal mindset. Okay. Wouldn't like start. What? Well, it's filmed in Toronto, so there's that. And I'm not a Torontarian, so when you can't say a whole city is one thing or another, that's just ignorant. Pretty sure there's differing views and opinions in a city. Um, I think the acronym is like Open Broadcasting Software or System, something like that. Yeah, I think you're right. We're going to have more fake Trek for a while, aren't we? Yes. Yes. It's fine. Everything writes itself eventually. I wonder why Discovery wasn't filmed in Vancouver, because it's a lot more expensive than Toronto. Uh, Vancouver's not the go-to place really anymore because it has got more expensive because everybody was going there. Would be my guess. They were going to film Picard in Toronto too, before they got some tax breaks from California and decided to film there, which I'm sure is better for Patrick Stewart. But they were originally going to film Picard in Toronto as well. So the whole episode was an allegory on September 11th. Absolutely, it was. To be fair, we're trashing this short. Yes. This was made by the Discovery people, right? Maybe the Picard people are different and it will be okay. Fingers crossed. Nope. Nope, you're absolutely wrong, Jeff, but thanks for the optimism. I thought all Canadians lived in either Toronto or Vancouver. Yeah, no, that's very true. Yeah, I live in limbo because I don't live in either of those places. But yeah. Star Trek is far left and liberal and the correct vision of the future. Wow. I'm not going to talk about politics. It's just stupid. Not really. Patrick still lives in the UK. Yes, but he's got lives in the UK, but he has a place in New York, and I believe he's got a place in California, but I could be wrong. Um, the Great White North. Sam Uray puts in $2. What if Jean-Luc Picard does die and season 2 is the Starship Picard? That would be kind of dumb, but honestly wouldn't put it past them at this point. You lived in Limbo. I didn't know you lived in Oshawa. That's funny. How far are you from Letterkenny? I don't know. Never watched it. Dear God, please no, but we all know it may happen. Picard is a disembodied voice of an AI computer or controlled starship would sort of be funny. I mean, sure. Or Jean-Luc Picard dies and Michael Burnham takes over for him. Well, that's very likely because she's can do everything. I'm sorry, number one. I can't do that. I'm sorry, number one. I can't do that. Data, data, give me your answer true. I'm half crazy over an android like you. Wow, we just went off the deep end here. The real Letterkenny is a ghost town southeast of Ottawa. Yeah, not too close to me. Picard needs Q. Sure. Michael Parker puts in $5. What is the over and under regarding the times that they are going to reuse previous assets? I am excited for the show, though. I don't know about the reusing of assets. Unfortunately, it seems like something that they're just going to do because they can, and that bothers me a little bit. I wish they would, like we've said before, it doesn't take long or is very difficult to make a 3D model of a ship. So they can make any ship they wanted literally in a day, maybe two. So to say they're reusing assets because of that, I think is bullshit and it's a cop out. So So with live action Trek dying and possibly even animated Trek, the only savior left us is anime Trek. Okay. If they kill Picard, I hope it's better death than Kirk. That would be nice. That would be nice. Why does the new Picard ship look like such shit? That's a good question, and I don't know the answer. Because they have terrible decision making when it comes to picking ships. Jill47 puts in $2. So far, the least interesting character is Dodge. So far, I think she's probably going to end up being the most interesting character. They're holding her back in the trailers and stuff. So we'll see. We'll see, Jill. I don't know about that. Come on, anime Star Trek would be epic. It would be also be ridiculous, but it would be epic. Well, I've seen manga Star Trek. I have two manga Star Trek books downstairs, one of which includes a story where Kirk and crew are actually responsible for creating the Borg. So that's a thing. Dodge is a MacGuffin, so she's got the most of her character hidden. Synth as in androids. Yes, I believe so. I bet to bring in the Enterprise in the season finale, like they did with Disco. It'd be interesting, but I'd probably not. At least Control didn't create them. Right? Right? I was just about to read Martin's Devons. He said, I wonder, and then it went away. Um, they need They need to bring Cisco back to kick some ass. I totally agree with this. Cisco was awesome. Great captain. Look! It's Skin of Evil. That's the shuttle. Right there. And that's the field around it. Elcars. Elcars. No offense, but I have to ask this, Captain, but is it common for Canadians to finish the sentence with A? I went to school with a Canadian and I literally finished every sentence with the word A. Well, it's not A as in A, it's A as in EH. And no, not common at all. A. I mean, I certainly don't do it A. Sounds stupid, eh? It's kind of like a redneck hillbilly thing, eh? No, it's not common at all. I don't know. I don't think I've ever met anybody that did that because I would punch them in the face because that's stupid. B. You know, I want to change it up and create a new Canadian stereotype. B. I guess really, Shia LaBeouf kind of created that with Transformers, where he always called Bumblebee B. But Picard had to die, I would have wanted it to be a fleet admiral on the bridge of some future Enterprise, not a civilian just opposing Starfleet. Right? I'm sure he's not going to die. Dropping G's is way more Canadian. Sure, I guess. Elcars, it's all Star Trek. It's all Stark 3D interface, yes. The suit wants Star Trek, the appeal of the generation, not us. The suits want Star Trek to appeal to this generation, not us. Yep, that's actually true. And more ignorance, says Mars9. What is that talking about? I must have missed something. Ignorance? You're saying that I'm ignorant? Elcars is dead, unfortunately. That's true. He's already said he's up for 3 seasons. Enterprise D versus E discussed. The Enterprise D was like a glass cannon. The Enterprise D, I'm sure, would be much better. Take off, you hoser. Eh? How to pronounce Toronto like someone from central Ontario. Toronto. whatever the person's name is that said more ignorance is not responding. So hopefully it wasn't referring to me. And if he was talking to somebody in the chat, I don't know what's going on. I've lost control of the chat. 123 of you here, though. Thank you very much. So in summation, guys, I didn't like the short. Too much going on, and too much bullshit and middle fingers to TNG fans. I don't want people joining and thinking that I'm not talking about what the topic of this thing was, because I definitely did. I think the first part was very succinct and made my points. Second part has been hanging out, so I apologize for that. But another reason there's been a second part is because the power went out and killed the internet connection. It's hard to maintain internet live stream when you don't have power. I could do it for my phone, which I do when I go for my walks. So if the power went out, it would still be fine. But I didn't start it there, so I couldn't continue it there. Jill says, I am a TNG fan and I missed the middle finger entirely. Well, as I'll explain to you again, Jill, a lot of people didn't like Discovery. Well, those were prime timeline Star Trek fans. Pretty much, a lot of people like Discovery. That's fine. A lot of people hated Discovery. That's fine. They announced the Picard show. Yay! They can make something totally separate from Discovery. Keep the Discovery fans happy. Well, bringing back the people they pissed off with Discovery to TNG, the continuation. And then the first thing we see, literally, well, not literally, one of the first things we see is a Discovery ship in the trailer, or in the short. Don't associate, I said this from the beginning, don't associate Picard with Discovery. Keep them separate. Make the older fans happy with Picard, continuing TNG, and make Discovery fans happy with more Discovery. Don't try to interlace them. Don't try to pull Discovery into the Picard, and that's exactly what they did right away with the short that came before the first episode of Picard. It's like, hey guys, look at this Discovery ship. That's what we think of your anticipation and expectations for ships that you should see in this timeline. F you, we made this. Get fucked, is essentially what they said. Without saying it, they just put it on screen. So, like I said before, big shipyard museum sign. Yes, that would be fine. But you don't see that, and there's no indication of that. So, but even if there was a shipyard museum sign, those ships never existed in the prime timeline. We've had 50 years of Trek, and we haven't seen those ships until the last couple of years. You know why? Because they're in Discovery. They were never in TNG. They were never in the movies. They were never in TNG. They were never in Voyager. They were never in Deep Space Nine. Deep Space Nine could have used them in a lot of those battles. Were they there? No. You know why? Because they don't exist in the prime timeline. They're in the Discoverse. So even the Starfleet Museum idea is a bad idea. Just don't include them. It's pretty simple. You got lots of ships you can choose from the Dominion War, from Battle of Wolf 359. There was a bunch of ships created for that. Use some of those designs. Don't put your shitty fucking Discovery ships in our Picard. Should have had Picard facepalming. Yeah, so that's what I meant by that, Jill. If you disagree with me, that's fine. But that's exactly what I mean by a big F you to people like me that were expecting Picard to be a continuation of TNG and have no relation, no ties with Discovery at all. Because there's no need to. That was pre-TOS. Why bring it up in TNG? And exactly what they did. They threw it right in at the beginning. Here you go. Fuck you guys. We created Discovery, and god damn it, we're saying it's prime timeline, so F you guys. Here it is. That's my take on it. Wait till they bring in Worf looking like yeah. Tekuma, what is that? I don't know. Anyway, so that's my take on it. I'm getting tired. My anger has drained me. It has not been a good night for that. I feel very, very drained. So I think I'm going to call it a wrap, guys. This was 45 minutes. The other one was probably about the same. Put them together. You got a great live. I apologize for the power going out, but 'tis the way of things. It's uncontrollable on my end, unfortunately. So, but thank you guys for finding your way back here and for watching and hanging out with me. Channel your anger, young Padawan. Oh, I will. And guys, please make sure you join us tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or watch it after the fact if you can't make it for the live. But Samuel and myself will be going over the short, scene by scene, agonizing scene, discussing it, and look forward to seeing you guys there. Zeraxis throws in $2. Hope you feel better, Captain. Thank you, Zeraxis. I'm starting to, although I am developing a headache right now. But anyway, thank you guys. Have a great night. Curtis, Jeff, Bruno, Prime, Zeraxis, Jill, everybody that's out there. You guys are all fantastic. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. If not, stay tuned. Lots of Picard coming up, and there's going to be a lot to talk about. So anyway, thank you for watching, guys. And again, I apologize for the stream cutting out. But I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.